שמחים גם יחד.
Hi, I'm Rabbi Wendy, and this is my friend Miriam. Can you say hi, Miriam? Okay, look at everybody and say hi. Hi, Shabbat Shalom! We're really excited to be with you today as we celebrate Shabbat. My friend Yafa the Peacock's gonna join us a little later for the story, but Miriam wanted to be with us so we could say the blessing over the candles together. Are you ready? Great. Miriam, are you ready? All right, let's start. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Yay! Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and she's come to spend Shabbat with me. She wants to light the candles, and she wants to drink the wine. She wants to eat the challah and have a really good time. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and she's come to spend Shabbat with me. She wants to light the candles, and she wants to drink the wine or grape juice. She wants to eat the challah and have a really good time. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and she's come to spend Shabbat. Yeah, she's come to spend Shabbat. Yeah, she's come to spend Shabbat with me. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Won't you sing that with me again? Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Shabbat Shalom to the boys and the girls. Shabbat Shalom to the moms and the dads. Shabbat Shalom to the grandparents. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Who is somebody that you would like to wish a Shabbat Shalom to this week? Think about that person. If they're close by, turn and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. If they're far away, why don't you ask your grown-up for a little bit of help to type their name right here into our Facebook chat so we can wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Let's sing again to all our friends, wherever they are, near or far away. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright on a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. While we're nice and quiet, we invite you to take a deep breath and let it out. And if you want to, you can even close your eyes as we sing together the words of Shema, all about how God is one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Shabbat Shalom again. I'm here now with my friend Yafa. Can you say hi, Yafa?
Hi, Yafa.
No, that's not what I meant. Can you say hi to everybody, Yafa?
Hi, everybody.
Yafa and I are really excited to be with you to share one of our favorite stories. This is a story that takes place a really long time ago in a kingdom very far away that was once ruled by a wonderful queen who was kind and cared about everyone who lived in her kingdom. When anyone needed anything, all they had to do was come to her and ask for help. And if she could, she would help them. So when the baker needed flour to help bake enough bread for everyone in the village, he would come to the queen and say, "Queen, I need more flour to be able to bake bread for everyone in the village." And the queen would say, "Of course, my friend, what's your problem is my problem." Can you say that, Yafa?
What's your problem is my problem.
Can you say that? What's your problem is my problem. And that's just how it was with this queen. When someone's shoes had become worn and tired and they needed new shoes, they knew that all they needed to do if they couldn't afford their own was go to the queen and say, "My shoes have become worn. I need new shoes, but I can't afford them. Can you help me?" And the queen would say,
"What's your problem is my problem."
and this would go on, and everyone in the village, in the kingdom, took on that same spirit. And so when anyone else needed anyone else's help, when they asked for it, if they could help, they turned to them with the same phrase, "What's your problem is my problem." And then they would help each other. But as is often the case, soon the queen became old, and it became time for another ruler to come and rule the kingdom. And so a new king rose up to take her place. But this king was not like the previous queen. He had a different feeling about the world. In fact, he did not agree that what's your problem is my problem. So when the baker of the town was in need of flour to make bread for everyone in the kingdom and came to the king to say, "King, I'm in need of flour to bake bread for everyone in the kingdom. Can you help me?" Do you know what the king said? Do you know, Yafa? Do you want to tell them? Okay.
"That's not my problem."
This king did not like to say, "What's your problem is my problem." This king said something very different. He would say, "That's not my problem." And so it was with others who needed help. If someone's shoes became worn and tired and they needed new shoes, but they couldn't afford them, and they came to the king to say, "My shoes have become worn and tired and I need new shoes because I can't afford them. Can you help me, king?" Do you know what this king would say? "That's not my problem." And so it was that the people of the village and the people of the kingdom began to take on the spirit of this king. And when they turned to ask for help from each other, instead of helping each other, they looked at each other and did the same thing and would respond, "That's not my problem." And soon it was that this became the way of the town. This became the way of the kingdom. But there was one person who lived in the kingdom who remembered the ways of the old queen and wanted things to return to how it once was. Her name was Chen. Chen in Hebrew means grace. Now, Chen knew that it wasn't going to be an easy task to get the king and her fellow members of the kingdom to remember that it hadn't always been this way. But she had an idea. One day, Chen invited everyone in the village, everyone in the kingdom, including the king himself, to join her on a massive boat for a wonderful party. I know, doesn't that sound wonderful? Even though peacocks don't like the water, you would like to go to a party like that too? Me too. So everyone in the village and in the kingdom was so excited to go to this party. How wonderful, they thought. There will be food, there will be music, there will be dancing, and it will be on the water and will be wonderful. Chen was very excited too, and she welcomed everyone onto the boat, docked right at the shore of the sea, next to the village. Even the king himself came to the party. Everyone boarded the boat, they all got on, and the boat set off to sail in the water for a lovely evening cruise. And everyone was eating and dancing and enjoying themselves, and it was wonderful. And they didn't notice at first something strange that Chen had done. You see, Chen had brought with her a bag, a big bag. And she came to the center of the boat, put the bag down, took out a very large drill, and began drilling a hole into the floor of the boat. Drilling and drilling and drilling and drilling. And soon, a few people began to notice Chen doing what she was doing. And they looked at her and they said,
Chen, what are you doing?
And Chen said, I'm drilling a hole. And they said,
Chen, this is a boat, and we are in the middle of the sea. If you drill a hole in the floor of the boat will fill with water, and it will sink, and we will all drown.
And Chen said, but it's my boat. It's not your boat. And she couldn't understand the look on their faces when they looked at her strangely and said,
but we are all in the boat with you.
And she said, well, that's not my problem. And soon those people who saw Chen doing that ran to get other people to circle around Chen, and they said the same thing. Chen, what are you doing? To which she responded, I'm drilling a hole. To which they responded, Chen,
if you drill a hole in the bottom of the boat will fill with water. We will sink and drown.
And Chen said, but that's not my problem. Until finally the king himself was called over, and he saw what Chen was doing, drilling a hole in the bottom of the boat. And he looked at Chen and said, you can imagine what it was, Chen, what are you doing? And Chen said, Your Majesty, I'm drilling a hole in the bottom of the boat. And the king looked at Chen and said, Chen, if you drill a hole in the bottom of the boat will fill with water, it will sink, and we will all drown. And Chen looked at the king and said, but king, I am only doing what you have told us to do. I am only saying what you have told us to say. That's not my problem. And as soon as Chen said that, the king looked at himself, and the villagers looked at themselves, and they began to shake their heads because they knew they had forgotten the most important lesson that had been taught to them before, long before, when the other queen had ruled, that we are all in the same boat together. And whatever is your problem is my problem too. And that we can always help each other to make our problems get better and go away. So everyone got together. They plugged the hole that Chen had drilled. They pulled the water over to the sides of the boat and emptied it, continued their party together all the way back to the docks. And you know what? That king never again was heard saying the words, "That's not my problem." Instead, the king and everyone in the village became known once more for sharing and caring about each other, as all villages and kingdoms should, because
What's your problem?
Is my problem.
Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for the candles and thank you for the wine. Thank you for the challah that always tastes so fine. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. What are you thankful for this Shabbat? Maybe it's something, maybe it's someone. Hopefully it's many things and many people that we're thankful for. So on your own or with the help from a grown-up, why don't you type one or two of those things right here into our Facebook chat. And then everyone in our community, near and far, can think about all those wonderful things that each of us can be grateful for. Let's sing together again. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for the moms, thank you for the dads. They love us when we're happy, they love us when we're sad. They love us when we don't want to take a nap. They love us when we cry. They love us when we're fighting with our brother or our sister. They love us when we whine. And no matter how we are, our parents will always love us. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. As we do each week, now is the time where we invite parents to bring your children in really close. That means put your arms around them, get really cozy. And if your kids are not close by, that's okay too. You can just put a hand over your heart as a sign that you're thinking about them. As we join in these special words of blessing, we sing like this. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Ve'asem lecha bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Let's try singing that even faster. Are you ready? Here we go. We sing bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. thank you so much to everybody for joining us this week to help celebrate Shabbat together. We hope you have an incredible week to come, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.